Okay, hi everyone. My name is Jules. Welcome to Kone. And I know it's Christmas Eve, so I don't expect a lot of you to be present and connected to this live. But as the funny thing with live is that you can replay them. So today I wanted to talk about something that actually one of my students came up with, and so he did the course, the Prestart to Skate course. He did it from beginning to the end, so I was really proud of him. It's my student, but also a friend of mine. So sorry. Uh, Alright, much better. And so this student gave me his feedback after the end of the course. Is that um, that was really interesting. Is that this feedback was about me giving some details, some more precisions on how to mix your 9 to 5 life with learning new stuff. So basically, that's why I came up with this course, and that was the reason why I decided to do this live. Um, I'm gonna share with you some of my personal experience and how I started learning some new stuff, but also being able to keep up with my 9 to 5 life, which isn't over. But I think that's the case for a lot of you, and that's why I wanted to make things maybe clearer for you. And hopefully I will be able to add that to the course when I figure it out how to formulate it. So the first thing I want to share with you is that you know you can this is you can start learning new exciting stuff even when working a 9 to 5 boring job. And this is something that you don't have to worry about. This is really, even if you have a fair share of work with your 9 to 5, it's something that I call really interesting. Is that 9 to 5 fair share don't care because you won't have to worry about your 9 to 5 job. Uh, I know it's a lot of time, but someone said once that your 9 to 5 is for earning, and your 6 to 8 is for learning. So this is completely possible. It's completely available to you, and sometimes with all the stress we have our head down in the water, and we don't have our head out above the water to see what is possible to implement. But that's what I'm That's why I'm here. That's what I'm going to share with you. So, all right. Okay, great. So, first, we will talk about skills because this is something that, skills will be the main reason why you are watching this, because you want to, expand your skill set as well as keeping your, living your daily income coming in. So skills are really, something that you can work with. There are some let's say there are some, some families of skill. You have the family of the fun skills. I will get back to it later. You have the physical skills, the life skills, the leadership skills, money skills, etc., etc. Um, all those skills have, different. They have their own dominance and their own, you know, they are their own master. If I can speak like that, this is something really interesting that because you won't learn the same way a skill that is more physical and a skill that is more knowledge driven. And this is why I'm going to share with you my experience on how I came none other than this year, how I came up with some learning techniques that helped me get those skills inside my brain. So the fun skills, for instance, I call them fun skills because they are fun driven. You learn them to have fun. You learn them to have really some really great feedback, some really fun feedback. Those fun skills, they can be holistic. They can be something you do for your hobby. Something you do to ease up, to chill when you're not working, and that can be it. Some will use those skills in order to make a living of it, but you don't have to. You don't. It's not the prim. It's not usually not the primary reason why you learn the skills. For instance, when you are learning to play the guitar, it's not because you want to become a rock star, although you may dream of it, you may do something about it, but it's basically because you want to play music, you want to have fun with the guitar, you want to, impress your maybe colleagues, your family. You want to, get uh, get the stress out of your life playing the guitar. It can be cathartic or therapeutic. So this is these are the fun skills: learning to play the guitar, vlogging. Um, you can also add some physical skills in it, like maybe surfing, skateboarding, base jumping, etc., etc. Um, those are skills that you can learn by basically practicing. These are really practice driven skills. Um, what I mean by that is that you can listen to songs, but they won't help you learning. They won't help you mastering your guitar. You will have to play, you will have to practice, you will have to train in order to be able to really master your guitar. So these are skills that once you practice them, you can really be, really be comfortable with them. And those skills are really, they don't ask too much of your time. They are really, they're not time consuming at all. if you know how to schedule them during your work week, you can easily get better in no time. For instance, when I starting learning to play guitar and starting doing parkour and skateboarding, well, the first thing I did was to do it on my weekend, on my days off, on my holiday, and this was something I started to get better just spending maybe 2 or 3 hours a day, um, and I was able to see some results, um, maybe a month later, 2 months later. So for skateboarding, for instance, or parkour, it could go to 4 hours a day or 8 hours a day, but it wasn't while I was working 9 to 5. It was like, for instance, Saturday or maybe Friday nights or Sunday. These are, uh, free spots on your schedules, and you can easily add some practicing those skills around those time. So, for instance, I learned how to do Krav Maga. I learned that over it's been 3 years now, and what I did was to join a club because I couldn't learn that on my own. Some skills you will be able to learn on your own, like guitar. Some you would have some friends, like skateboarding, and some you will have to ask a teacher, um, like actual teacher, to teach you basics, help you, coach you, and get you to that result you're seeking. So with Krav Maga, it was really something that I could easily learn with the help of a teacher, and the the regularity, the consistency of that training was because it was club hours, so it was after work or on the Saturday morning, and it was a fixed spot in my schedule, and to I was able to really progress on that skill. Then you have other skills, right? You have skills that you only are able to learn through your life experience. For instance, you don't you can ask your friend, or you can, I mean, you can, but it'd be weird. But there are some skills that you cannot manage. Just you know, there are some skills that are really interesting to learn through your life experience. For instance, I call them life skills, and life skills is a group of skills that include people skills, soft skills like understand how human behaviors work, body language, and you also have DIY skills like how to how to mount furniture or some things like that. So sometimes you would have something, a book that helps you understand how it works. Sometimes it would be literally a coach, a teacher. Again, sources of learning can be really diverse, but those skills you would have to practice them into your own life. You cannot practice them at home, or you cannot practice them in the comfort of a club. You have to go out there and experiment on those skills. For instance, when I started uh, a relationship, I wasn't aware of what it meant, and I learned about it as the relationship progressed. So this is the type of skill that you can only, mm, I won't say master, but you can only be a natural at if you are involved in it. So those are life skills. For instance, take care of a car. If you don't have a car, there's a good chance you won't be able to learn how to take care of it. Unless you want to make a living out of it, then that's another story, and I will get back to it later. So, to go back to the soft skills, include skills like empathy, intuition, um, understanding, um, nonviolent communication, and those are skills that are usually used by leaders, managers, people who are involved in a project and handling a project. I call them leadership skills, management skills, and those are skills that usually are useful at work, in your 9 to 5 work, but also if you want to start a project aside of your 9 to 5 work, those are skills that are really helpful. When I start a project like Kone, I needed those skills, and fortunately, I was able to learn them at school, but I make them more, sharp. Um, I make them sharper as I worked as in my 9 to 5 job. Um, Skills like asking for help. I think you would say it's easy to ask for help. You just have to shout, "Help! Help!" But it's not that easy to ask for help when we are talking about a project. Sometimes ego goes in the way, sometimes, fear goes in the way. So those are some components you have to be aware of. So asking for help to me is a real skill, and once you master it, it will help you obviously a lot. Delegation is also a leadership skill. You can be an accomplished leader, if you don't know how to properly delegate. Um, Public speaking also is a skill that is used by a leader. You just have to see the leaders of our world, leader they all mastered the skill of public speaking. So interesting thing about public speaking, I learned about it joining Toastmaster. Toastmaster is like a global association. Basically, it's like the craft on a larger scale, on a global scale. And at Toastmasters, you have, meetings where you can make speeches, improvisations, and you progress by practicing your public speaking, your language skills, your body language skill, your listening skills. Really important when you are a leader to listen. And in maybe a year and a half, uh, Toastmaster gave me a certificate of competent communicator. You have you had before, because it changed. You had the competent communicator and competent leader, and now it changed. You have more certificates that are available, and those are, really, um, they're really narrowing what you want to achieve professionally when they give you the certificate. It's not as general as it was before. It's more precise. Okay, so this one I still struggle with it. I started learning about it this year during the first quarantine actually. Um, it is time management. So time management is a huge part of leadership and management skills. Time management is the ability to, you know, you, you wield the time you have, aka 24 hours a day minus the 9 to 5, remember, and wield it into what you want to achieve during the day. So, time management is basically like being able to leave at the door all the things that you may like to do, but that are not important, not urgent, not priorities, and focus on what is your priority, what is your goal, what is the most important for you. And once you've done that, you take the second most important thing. So it looks like something that is easy. It is really not. Trust me, I still struggle with it, and still give me some difficult time that I'm, handling it the better I can, the best I can. So we're talking a lot about leadership skills and management skills, and since they are, skills for the workplace, quote unquote, um, let's diving into the world of skills that are built in order to enter a workplace, aka money skills. I call them money skills because money skills are definitely the skills that you want to acquire in order to make money. Maybe to make a living, maybe to make money. Uh, those are the skills that brought you your 9 to 5 job, brought you your current 9 to 5 job. These are skills that are sometimes really long to get. You may have to go through one, two, maybe several teachers before you honed that skill. So, for instance, you have the money driven skills, you have the knowledge driven skills. Uh, those skills you will have to put a lot of effort in order to grasp it, and then you would have to do a lot of practice as well in order to master them. But mastering them is not an option here. You definitely have to show your employers or your clients that you master those skills, that you have mastered those skills in order to build. And those are skills that are centered around getting money, trusting someone enough in order to give them money, and those are what I call money skills. For instance, this year I discovered the DevOps culture since I'm also working in IT. The DevOps culture is really important, and once once I was in there, I had the opportunity of passing a certification that could that could certify to my clients that I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about DevOps. And if you're in IT as well, you know how much DevOps is important. So discovering DevOps culture was really something that some of my partners, my employers, asked me if I wanted to learn that. So they offered me to offered me to attend a training, a paid training about DevOps. So there was a certified trainer that gave you gave us some really interesting feedback about DevOps. The trainer prepared us, me and some colleagues, to pass the certification, and it was really in a professional context. But you can also learn about DevOps by going directly to their website. Um, it becomes deliberate practice, and this is something that you also can do. The same with building websites. I passed some certification. It was time ago, but it was really interesting because um, I had to practice a lot. I had to learn a lot of theory, and this is uh, this is the knowledge driven skills. So those are skills that can help you living because the demand of that of profiles that have these skills is really high. There are not a lot of businesses asking for artists or athletes. There are some, it exists, but it's not as much as people that can take care of your car or maybe people that can, you know, understand how personal interaction works so that they can, you know, host a meeting, maybe be the be the third party in a two parties conflict. Maybe some, there's a lot of businesses that are demanding, that are needing manager, small scale leaders, and it's really a lot more businesses that are asking for people that that have learned how to sell or how to build websites or how to develop apps or we're in COVID time, so people that mastered healthcare and can take care of your health, or you know people that can teach other people how to start a business, and so on and so on. So I call them money skills because people are will pay a lot of money for someone that knows those skills. So let me finish on that note. So all the skills I've shared with you. A lot of them I learned about them or or kept practicing them in 2020. And what I would like to, you know, offer you for 2021 is that I can teach you how to be able to choose a skill, whether it's fun skill, whether it's life skill, whether it's money skill, and basically go from scratch, from zero to I am completely comfortable with that skill in 6 steps that I've came up with and that are really proven because like I said in the beginning of this live, my student who gave me that feedback, so it basically thrown me as challenge. Um, he was able to learn something new, getting independent as to, before doing this course, it was still in his 9 to 5 for a company that didn't really value him. Now he's still in the 9 to 5, work hours, but he he's starting to do things on his own, starting to freelance, and that's really I'm really proud of it. If you want to opportunities, some chances, just like he did, well, there's the Press Start to Skill course that is available on my website, Space, with the 3 W's before, and there are videos. There is a workbook with some workshop that you can do in order to know where you are and where you want to go and all the things in between. So these are my thoughts on how to you know break out the 9 to 5 uh, skill prison. Um, you can learn new exciting stuff even when you work a 9 to 5 job. This was the main idea, but let's not forget that life is a game, so start playing. And the best way to start playing is to press start to skill. So you will find every information you need on my website. You can contact me on Instagram, on Facebook, maybe more if you don't have Instagram. I'm available on Facebook. You can post a comment under this video and I will happily answer and help you. So it's gonna be time for me to, join my Eve's dinner. I hope you have some merry holidays. Spend the end of the year with some friends, some families. Reflect on what you did all that year, and hopefully, I will see you next year in 2021 with some great strength and some great energy to put on your learning. Merry holidays, everyone. Bye.